Yes, fine.
Fabulous. And I'll just drop that down so that you can see everything. So yeah, I mean, this is it. This is absolutely stunning. St. Lucia and Tate Rouge. And I think what is really exciting about this property is that it's really, really unique. It's very small. It's actually the smallest property on the island of St. Lucia, the smallest resort. And so it gives your clients something totally different. You know, if you've got clients that don't necessarily want to go to that really big resort and they want something that's really different, then this is going to be absolutely perfect for them. So this is the main beach area, which I will come back to a little bit later on because I've actually got a video that I'm going to show you. So we'll just go through Tate Rouge. I mean, there are 6 rooms, 6 cottages, very spacious. Each cottage sleeps 2 adults. So this
Hey,
is
Victoria, can I interrupt you? Can you hit that? This meeting is recorded. Can you hit that continue button? And so we can see your screen.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
That's weird. I don't have a continue button on my screen.
Gretchen, if you have it on your screen, because I clicked it on mine and I'm seeing
okay.
her
Okay,
screen.
hold on. Oh, that's weird. Okay. All right. Why? That's bizarre. It's the controller that does that. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine. So there's loads of different USPs, one of which is it's the smallest resort in St. Lucia. The next USP is it's adults only. So there are 6 cottages. Each cottage sleeps 2 adults. So a maximum occupancy of 12. However, if you had possibly a buyout and there were 18 in the group, then some of the villas, the independent villas that are situated very close to the property, we have the rates for those villas, so you can do a booking for more than 12. So for example, we've got an agent at the moment who's working on a booking for 18, and I can share details of those properties with you shortly, and you can book them through Tate Rouge as well. So it's a very seamless process for you. In terms of how you book, I will come to that shortly as well as we go through. So in terms of location, Tate Rouge is in the south of St. Lucia. It's about a 35 to 45-minute transfer from Huanora International Airport. So if your clients are coming in on the international flight, it's really, really close for them. And we can arrange the transfer for them as well. I think the transfer is $80 for up to 2 people. Now, if they're coming in, if they're island hopping and they're coming in from Castries, the smaller airport up in the north of St. Lucia, they'll have a longer transfer time of about an hour and a half. But the property itself is right next to the Gross Piton. So if you had clients that wanted to walk the Piton or hike the Piton, it's only a 10-minute walk from where the resort is located to the Piton itself. So it's right behind the Piton. Have either of you, when you've been to St. Lucia before, hiked up Gross Piton?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, you have, Gretchen. How did you find it?
With a guide. Yeah, you need a guide. I mean, I'm a serious hiker, but I wouldn't have done it by myself. I mean, yeah, it was and I could handle that, but the trail was, it's not flagged. It doesn't have, it doesn't have cairns or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's I found it quite stony in comparison to some of the other islands I've hiked in. But the views were really spectacular. And I noticed that some people had they weren't looking to get all the way to the top. So it doesn't have to be that kind of major hike if you don't want it to be, but it's a really great thing to do.
So will the resort have somebody to go up with them if they want?
What they would usually do is I think, and I would double check with the resort, but as you know, there are lots of guides at the bottom of the Piton, and you can just.
I stayed at a hotel, and so I had the guide was all hooked up for me. So it was a familiarization trip many years ago. So.
I had something similar when I stayed at a different property, and they said they arranged it for me, but they said if you want to just turn up, there are lots of guides there. And when I was there, I realized that you literally can just arrive and there are guides that are ready to take you up for.
Great, thank you.
So, but we would help to make it as seamless as possible for you and your client. So if you wanted to pre-organize a guide, then that's something we could do for you. So this obviously is just showing you some more of the location. And it's not just the Piton that we're really close to. We're also really close to like Diamond Falls, the botanical gardens, the mud baths. So all of those wonderful attractions that are in the south of the island. Nothing is located more than a 20-minute drive from the resort itself.
Mud bath was amazing.
Yeah, it is stunning. Now it's slightly higher than sea level, so they're not a beachfront property, but they are very close to the beach. So they have they will take your clients down to the beach. The security would take them down in the car with a hamper full of drinks and some snacks and things, and they would stay on the beach while the clients are down on the beach, so they wouldn't leave them on their own. And there are 2 other beaches that the clients can go to. I think they're only a 7-minute walk from Sugar Beach, so they can walk down to the beach at Sugar Beach, and then they can also very easily get to Anne-Chastanet and the beach down at Anne-Chastanet as well. So they have a number of beach options.
And if they wanted transportation to these beaches, is it available for them from the hotel?
Well, I'm sure it could be arranged. I will double check that and I will come back to you just to see whether that would be complimentary. It could definitely be arranged because they do have they do have a vehicle to take you down to the closest beach. So I'll find out if they would offer it complimentary if clients wanted to have a vehicle to take them down to Sugar Beach or Anne-Chastanet Beach.
Okay.
But I know that they have recently had confirmation from the government that their guests are allowed to go to both of those beaches, because over the pandemic, it was harder for people to move around the island. But now that, especially if you're double jabbed, there is no problem going anywhere. And I know that the hotel has got a letter from the government to say that their guests are allowed to go to those beaches.
Okay.
So I'm just going through the presentation. So in terms of the cottages, they all have sea views. Those are amazing sea views over the Caribbean Sea. And you, in the distance, I don't know if you noticed in the first slide, you can actually see another island, and that's the island of St. Vincent, which is kind of on the horizon. So there's handmade hammocks and tables and chairs outside each cottage on that terrace area as well. They have the large folding glass doors, which kind of concertina all the way back. All of the cottages have air conditioning as well. And they are just absolutely beautiful, very traditional, all of the kind of St. Lucian materials and fabrics inside. And obviously they've been built by local St. Lucian craftsmen as well. Now, in terms of the bathrooms, they have an outside shower, but they also have an inside shower as well. So if your clients didn't necessarily want to have the outside rain shower, but they wanted to have, a little bit more privacy, then there is an indoor bathroom for each cottage as well. It's a 4-star property, and exclusive guest benefits and concierge services are available. They have an unforgettable culinary experience. So what they do in terms of the F&B is everything is organic. So all of the fresh vegetables that they use are all organic and all seasonal. They have all the all the fish from local fishermen. So they'll literally buy the fish from the fishermen in the morning and use it that day. So everything is organic. They also offer on-demand yoga lessons on site. So if you've got people that are coming for maybe a bit more of a wellness experience and they want to be able to do yoga, then that will work as well. And also if you've got clients that really want to touch St. Lucia and feel like they've done something that's, very typically St. Lucian, they do lessons in lost wax carving. And you can have a local artist come in and she'll teach you how to do the wax carving, and also she'll help you to create your own unique wearable art. So that's something that's really different, and that's something that can be arranged for you, for your guests, and is another USP. So in terms of the rates, what's included in the room rate? So complimentary breakfast is included, juice, tea, coffee, daily housekeeping is included as well. They have their own organic Tate Rouge line of toiletries, which are included, complimentary bottle of water at check-in, and in-room tea and coffee. So that's all included. And there you can see a picture of the outdoor rain shower. In terms of for you guys, they pay commission of 15%. So that would be 15% on the rack room rate. And once your guest has checked out, you would send the invoice and they will make the payment for you straight away. So they have one swimming pool at Tate Rouge, which is shared between the cottages, and it's in a beautiful infinity pool. And look at that amazing view. And from this pool, you can actually see St. Vincent in the distance. It's not shown on this image, but it was shown on one of the other ones. I think that's it there, actually. Now they don't have a spa, but they do spa services. So they would do them in room. So if you wanted to, and I can send out to you afterwards a list of the spa treatments that they do, the different types of massages. So I'll send that out to you afterwards. And they also have wedding packages. So they have honeymoon packages and wedding packages. So again, ideal if you had somebody that wanted to do a wedding and have a complete buyout. So instead of going to a resort and sharing that experience with all the other guests that are in property, if it was a small group, then they could take the whole property over to do a wedding. I'm just going through the slides, so they're not all coming up in the order that I'm talking about it, but I did mention the food before and the culinary team. So you can see these are some of the guys from the culinary team. They have 3 different chefs on property. So that means that they're able to mix up all of the different foods that they have, the different meals, and the different tastes and flavors. So some are more fish-based, some are more spicy, a bit more Creole. But it means that your guests, if they're having meals on property, it doesn't seem that they're eating the same thing over their stay. And they have a swim up bar at the swimming pool, which is nice, makes it really easy. You don't even have to get out of the pool to come and get your drink. I think for such a small property, it kind of ticks all the boxes. So it really packs a great punch for your clients. And so that's just talking about some of the packages that they do. So I've mentioned that we do the wedding packages, the honeymoon packages. They do have spa packages as well. So I'll make sure that I send all of that on to you. And I'll also send on to you the details of the travel agent commission. And also if you do make a booking, for every 7-night booking you make, they're offering travel agents 1 complimentary night. So you can start building towards your own stay at this property. Now I have asked them for some updated images of the weddings and also some updated drone images of the property, which I can share with you. If you do any of your own online social media marketing and you'd like videos or images, I can send that over to you.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think we do need to get a few new images, but they've got some, you can see some of the spa treatments that they do in the room. So, they've got a body wrap with the banana leaves. And I think they use a lot of coconut as well. And then obviously the weddings that we mentioned, the yoga lessons. So this is just kind of introducing the yoga lessons, which, as I mentioned before, they do on-demand yoga lessons. And then in terms of COVID, the government, obviously, I'm sure you're aware already that all of the properties that are being sold at the moment have to be COVID-19 certified accommodation, which Tate Rouge is. So it's not a problem at all. In terms of the protocols for St. Lucia, if you've received both your vaccinations, you can go straight into St. Lucia and have a normal holiday. There's no quarantining, there's no restrictions. If you're going into St. Lucia and you've only had 1 jab, then you still theoretically have to quarantine in property for the duration of your holiday. But if you wanted to go out, for example, and climb the Piton or do the zip lining or go on a catamaran cruise, then you can do that through one of the COVID certified tours, and you would have a transfer to and from the tour. And you can also go to eat out at COVID certified restaurants. So the only thing you can't do is just jump in a hire car and take yourself off somewhere. But other than that, you could feel like you were having a perfectly normal holiday. Right, I'm just going to show you a quick video as well that I wanted to, if I can bring it up. So this is the beach area. This is kind of the beach that's closest to the property. And this is a video that the owners did. I'm hoping it doesn't lag on the screen. So this is the beach that the security would take you down to. You can walk down to this beach. And this is the beach that's, if when you climb the piton, I don't know if you started from the beach or if you started from a little way up, but this is the beach at the very, very base of the piton. It's a stunning beach, I think. I mean, it is a lovely beach. Now, the other thing to mention, which is new and I think really exciting, the reason the owner wasn't able to come on the call today is because she is currently sailing back a catamaran, which they will have as part of their product offering. So if you have clients that wanted to do a couple of nights on the boat and then a couple of nights on property, like a sail and stay, that's something they could do. Or if you've got clients that maybe they're having a wedding and the wedding party wanted to have the wedding and then go sailing around the island and maybe, you know, do some snorkeling and things off the boat, then that's something they could do. Or they'll also be able to offer sunset cruises on the catamaran for their guests, and obviously diving as well.
Now, is this a private beach?
No, so all the beaches in St. Lucia are public beaches. But it's not a busy beach because it's difficult to get to unless you're really coming in from the ocean. It's just its proximity to the hotel makes it easier for them to get guests down here. But all of the beaches in St. Lucia are open to the public. So even, for example, the beach at Sugar Beach, now Sugar Beach Beach is kind of almost split into two. I don't know if you've seen it before. They've got the pontoon that comes out in the middle, and one half of the beach is where they've got their deck chairs and sun lounges, and they bought a load of sand over from Guyana, and the other side of the beach is quite pebbly, but there's nothing to stop clients from Tate Rouge going to the sandy side of the Sugar Beach beach. It's just that they can't sit obviously on the sun lounges from Sugar Beach. Right, I'm going to try and, if I go to stop share and then bring us back. So has anybody got any questions at all, anything else? If I can't answer it because it's a new property for us, then I will be able to come back to you shortly. So for example, with the transfers, the car transfers to Sugar Beach and Chastenay Beach, I will come back to you on that one.
So you said it's 6 cottages.
Yeah.
And what could you tell us about the villas?
So they've got 3
I'm
new
sorry,
villas.
I don't mean to interrupt, Victoria. I have a client that needs to change his airfare leaving for Europe in 2 days. So he's going to call me right back. So I'm sorry, I need to jump.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for joining the call.
Please send me the recording. That would be awesome.
I will do. Okay, no problem at all.
Janet,
Thanks
nice
for joining
to meet
us,
you.
Gretchen.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You as well. You too.
Stay well. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, take care. Bye. So in terms of, so they have at the moment, they just have the 6 cottages. And they are about, like, by November, we should have 3 villas that will be part of Tate Rouge, which will be self-contained villas. And then outside of that, if you had a group of more than 12 adults that wanted to go now, then there's 3 independent villas that they work with. And I will send you details of those. I've got it in an email and I can show you links. So if you wanted to, I mean, only one of them I think has got its own website. The other 2 don't, but they are on, I think it's booking.com. So you can go onto booking.com and see the property, but you could book all of them through Tate Rouge to make it easier for you. So you're just doing one booking.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. And how many, the villas that you're using currently, how many do they sleep?
Let me see if I can actually bring up while you're on here, I'll see if I can bring it up. and then I can go through it with you.
And even if you were to, like, say you want to do a buyout and possibly include one or two of the other villas, they still would not allow children, correct?
Do you know, I think if it was a buyout, then that would be different. I think because they market it as an adults only hotel, so they couldn't let a child go into one of the rooms if everybody else is there as a understanding that it's adults only. But if you're taking it as a buyout and you're taking the whole property, then I think it's up to the people that take it for the buyout.
No, I was just wondering in terms of, like you said, if it was a small wedding group, if they want, I mean, sometimes now, people have children before they get married. They'd want to have their children there.
Absolutely.
Or, the flower girl and the ring bearer or something like that,
Yeah.
Or even if it was just a family that wanted to do the buyout, like for a family reunion type thing, would they allow children? I mean, I understand that, or I would think that, because it's an adult only property, of course, they don't have like a children's program. So it wouldn't be like, they were in a position to entertain children. But, like I said, if it was a buyout, family's going to entertain the kids however they want. At least there's a pool there and they can go to the beach and they can, tour around or something like that. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't see that would be an issue at all, but I will double check with the resort and I'll drop you an email back. So so when we finish, I will send you an email with the packages, the wedding package and the honeymoon packages and the spa package. I'll send you an email and include on that all the details for the other accommodation that surrounds Tate Rouge that you can use if you had a buyout and it was for more than 12 people. And I'll send you details of the commission and the agent's complimentary nights as well, and how that works. And I will also come back on that
will include the room rates.
Yeah, so
that will include the room rates.
The room rates at the moment are shown on the website, and then you can just take 15% off the rates on the website. So I'll send you a link for that page. I have asked if we can get a page document with the rates on, so I can just send you something and then you've got the rack rates and you can just know to take your 15% off. So if we can create that, I could send that out to you as well, but give me a couple of days to get that done.
Sure. No problem. No problem. It looks so pretty.
Yeah. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? It looks really lovely. I can imagine myself there right now.
The views are amazing.
Where do you normally stay when you go to St. Lucia?
I had never been to St. Lucia in my life. That's why, because it was my birthday and I needed to get away, not needed to get away, I wanted to get away, and my thought process was, we're coming out of this pandemic, to an extent. I need to start traveling because I'm a travel advisor. How can I, convince somebody else to go if I'm not going? So I said, okay, well, I'm going away for my birthday. And I was on a webinar with Richard Moss one day. And I'm like, that's it. I'm going to St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And I've never been there before. I mean, I've been there on a cruise ship, but never to stay. So that's why I chose there. And I did 3 nights at Bay Gardens Hotel.
Yeah.
And then I did 3 nights at Calabash Cove.
Oh, lovely. We represent Bay Gardens as well. And it's such a great product.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was totally spoiled the whole time I was there.
Yeah. Awesome.
At both places, I got so spoiled. It was so nice.
Oh, lovely.
And I so appreciated everybody. I mean, the people are amazing. Richard had connected me with a tour operator in this transportation company. Kim totally spoiled me. And I was, working with him on something. And by the time I got off the call with him, we were on WhatsApp. By the time I finished the call with him, after almost 2 hours, I was his big sister, and he invited me to stay in his house anytime I wanted to.
Oh, I love it.
I've
That's
got an
amazing.
apartment. I've got an apartment downstairs. You're welcome to come and stay anytime you want to. You don't have to worry about anything. We'll take good care of you.